Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend. Today's episode will sign off on this Sunday and head us into another week. And today we will be facing off against Augsburg, Leverkusen and Borussia Dortmund in an all Bundesliga action-packed episode before we move on to the next episode, which will feature a double-leg Champions League quarter-final against Manchester United and a game against Bayern Munich in the middle. So a lot to come over the course of the next few episodes of this series. But first up was the post-com game up against Augsburg, and this one was absolutely mental. Let me just start off by saying that inside the first 3 minutes, Werner put us in front, and I will say this, going into game, Augsburg were dead bottom, struggling for results, and we were top. So I felt if we didn't win this, there would be serious problems, and we already had the lead after the first 2 minutes. This was solidified, though, even further when Callum Hudson-Odoi got in down the left-hand side inside the 6th minute and crossed for hand to convert after spinning around on the volley and finishing off. A really nice finish, actually, because he had his back to goal, and it did require a little bit of invention from hand to make it 2-0. So it was looking pretty bleak for Augsburg as they were bottom of the table. I was thinking they might collapse now and potentially this could get embarrassing for them. But to their credit, they came straight back out and swung to get themselves back in this one as they did get a goal back. And it was a little bit unfortunate on our part. It was saved by Frank Brown, but he palmed it back out and Obama was there to put home. So making it 2-1, and there was barely even 15 minutes played on the clock until this chance came in and Hand doubled his advantage in the 35th minute, making sure Schalke got their 2-goal advantage restored, putting it back to 3-1, and I was thinking, cool, we're back. You know, this is now where we go on, and we absolutely smash the game. Again, though, I was proved wrong for a second time in this one, as they would fight back into it. The free kick sent in, it was a mixture of Hudson-Odoi, who doesn't really get his header right there, goes through, they have the shot, Frank Brown saves it, and yet again palms it out into the danger area, and Augsburg put it into the empty net. So, 3-2 Schalke already, and we're not even at half-time. And like I said, mental game we've got on the cards for this one. Werner spinning in the box, firing in his second of the match in the 43rd minute. Back to the 2-goal advantage. And you're thinking, I know what you're thinking, DJ, are we going to see it again from Augsburg? Are they going to get another one back and put it back to 4-3 in this crazy start to today's episode? Well, unfortunately for the side dead bottom, this is where things took a turn, because we came out second half flying. Hudson-Odoi down the left-hand side, got into a good area. He assisted Hans' goal, his opener, and he assisted for Elmer Barrack to head home. And as soon as that one went in, I made some changes, kept one mind on the Leverkusen game we've got coming up. So I switched my midfield 3 there that's just in behind Werner, bringing on Dembele, Gordson, and Richarlison in the process. So obviously Hudson-Odoi had a good game today in this one. So did Elmer Barrack, and I felt that I had to make the changes just to kind of keep the flags fresh and such. And that's what we did. In fact, no, I think Werner came off. I think Elmer Barrack stayed on. Yeah, Werner came off and Gordson came on and we put Dembele up front like that. But still, we were 5-2 up in the game. And I felt that was enough at that stage. And there was positives to take from this. There was negatives to take from this. The negative, of course, being that we conceded 2 sloppy goals. Positives were that we crafted the chances to really take the game to Augsburg here. And Gordson added a 6th with 16 minutes to go. But to be fair, are you really that surprised? Like I said, Augsburg going into the game, struggling for results, dead bottom of the table. We're running away with it. Unbeaten so far in this Bundesliga campaign. So I felt like we were going to walk this game, but certainly that first half didn't necessarily go the way we planned, especially with the 2 goals in from our opponents, bringing them into the game a little bit. But at this stage, it was done and buried with a minute to go, and Richarlison went down the left-hand side again. Turned on his right foot. That 5-star weak foot, remember, means you can pretty much hit it with either foot of Richarlison, and it usually ends up on target. And so that happened as he made it 7 to Schalke. 7-2, convincing scoreline, but I've got to admit I was slightly disappointed conceding the 2 goals, but it's still an emphatic win to kickstart the episode off today. And with this, we move out of the post-com into the live-com, and all I'll say is sit back, strap yourselves in, because you are ready for the live part, which is a roller coaster. Let's just say that one. Yeah. What a start then to today's episode. How about that for a first game? 7-2 against Augsburg. Did not expect to see that. There's positive and negatives we can take out of that. Obviously, scoring the goals is good. The conceding the way we did, though, was a little bit of an issue. Now, I wasn't totally set on Frank Brown in goal. He's going to retain his spot for this game against Leverkusen, but he is on thin ice because we do now have, remember, Meret on the bench waiting to come into the team. So, yeah, Frank Brown really has to, I'd say, prove a point in some ways here in this game. Few unfit players due to a lot of games in a short period of time, which means we're going to have to drastically switch around our team, which I didn't want to have to do, but that is the way we find ourselves then. And it seems like we're going to go with this lineup right here, unless actually I put Richarlison up there, bring Hudson-Odoi onto the bench, and maybe start with Gomez in behind Werner. That is what we will do. So, Leverkusen up first. It's a purely Bundesliga episode today. No Champions League game because we await the double leg header against Man United, and there's obviously Bayern in between the two of those games as well. So, when that comes around, that is going to be a very, very interesting kind of few days. Now then, our unbeaten run still in this one. Who is going to be the first team to end it? I feel like it's going to either end today or in the next episode if we are going to end our unbeaten run. So, yeah, really tough games coming here now. We've got Leverkusen first, followed by Borussia Dortmund. And after a 7-2 win against Augsburg, I want to keep this unbeaten run going, so let's do that. And it will be Leverkusen who get us underway then, and off we go. Kai Havertz still at them. I'm surprised to see that. I thought he moved on by now, but we'll see if this side can pose a threat against Schalke. Now, I'm not too worried. I believe we're the better team, and I believe that we will have the better of the action here. There's already a ball over the top for Alexander-Arnold to win, and we're off and running. Let's see how it happens. Here's Bakayoko finding Kodja. He's going to find a Kolo, and Leverkusen looking to build on the right-hand side. Trying to put the cross in, maybe. Nope, Marino steps in brilliantly, and now there might be a counter-attack on for a Schalke. As Richarlison and Gomez do pretty well down. Weston McKennie, Dembele needs to set off on his travels. Has not done that. Here is TAA though. Alexander-Arnold will look towards Dembele, who now sets off on them travels. He's got Richarlison on the other side. It's a simple tap in for Richarlison, who nearly makes a meal of it. But we take the lead here just before 20 minutes into the game, and Richarlison gets his 14th of the Bundesliga season. It was not a convincing finish by any means though, but take a look at this by Dembele. Good vision to see him at the back post. At that stage, though, Richarlison's shot was actually somewhat saved by the Leverkusen goalkeeper. So much so, he gets another go at it and kicks the side netting. So maybe Richarlison wasn't 100% sure that was going in the back of the net. And that's ended up the case. So luckily, potentially embarrassment avoided. And it is Schalke who take the lead here, as you would expect with the form we are currently in. The Leverkusen have shown they can craft chances. And we'll see if they can get one that's going to make the difference. When I say that, they've been in down the wings a couple of times, yet to put the ball in and test our defence though. Bakayoko does put the cross in now, but Grimaldo will win the first header. It is not cleared yet by Schalke though, who still have defending to do, and there's the shot. Frank Brown saves it. Get on the rebound. Not quite. It looks like he's given a penalty. Oh, Grimaldo slid in. I don't know why I slid in. Wide left side, and he smashed it into the side netting. And the referee here has just sent off Alejandro Grimaldo. And things have got very difficult indeed for Schalke now, because this means we're down to 10 men. We're still a very long time to play in this game. I panicked. I panicked, and I thought we might just get there with Grimaldo, but that definitely was not going to be the case. And now we will play the rest of this one out with 10 men, and it could well be that we go back on level terms here as well. And we've got nobody really on the bench to bring on in that left-back role. I guess we'll just put Stark there. In fact, having said that, let's leave Marino there, because he is left-footed by trade, and should I need to, I will swap out Marino. But now it is Brown up against Terrier to decide who gets the better of the other one. And it's Terrier who does. It is now Leverkusen 1, Schalke 1. And we are down to 10 men for the foreseeable rest of this game. This could be it for the unbeaten run in the season. It's come from a moment of madness for myself. I shouldn't have slid in with Grimaldo. I panicked and thought I had to do something, because Frank Brown saves the shot initially. And then we're left in a situation where they're running on to the open goal, I should say. So I panicked and slid to the ground, and Grimaldo takes him out. Maybe the referee's a bit harsh giving the red card, but I don't know. It is what it is. He was missing anyway. It wasn't like Grimaldo's foul caused him to miss. He'd already missed by the time Grimaldo made contact with him, so could argue it was a harsh red card. But we will see, as Werner's going to find Richarlison to try and get it straight back on the front foot. Here goes the Brazilian, and that is a good save from Radetzky. Keeps it at one apiece. Delivered in with a cross, and Werner will get up well. It's going to be another corner ball to Schalke. The game plan has not switched from us at the moment. I am very much keeping the game plan the exact same. I'm not interested in trying to change things yet. Don't feel we need to, as the corner's whipped in to the 6'6" Capradossi. And he should have scored. Big chance for Schalke to take a much needed goal. There's an arm up in the air there in their box for Bayer Leverkusen, running a risk, definitely. Let's have another look at this. Ooh, this is danger from the Leverkusen player. You can see It actually hits him as well. It looks like it hits him on the arm. Hold on a second. That looks to me like that should be a corner ball to Schalke, or even worse, should the referee have deemed that it hit him on the arm. Leverkusen might have got away with one there. Whew. Could have been a penalty to us as well. I mean, I'm not going to say too much because I questioned the referee's decision to send off for Ronaldo, didn't I? And now he's not given us anything for that one. So I won't say anything other than consistency. Havertz, Akolo, up into towards the area. We'll try and cross and Marino will put it behind. And what I say as well is that you're always on the risk when you have your arm that outstretched inside your own area. It's always a possibility. Whether or not he did touch it, it's to be sort of decided. But to me, it looked like he did. But still, we might be clutching at straws here as we try and keep this game the way it is. Gomez now into a good area. Sergio Gomez has to play a bit more of a deeper role after the sending off for Grimaldo. McKennie going to look to Dembele. Dembele's in behind. This could be the moment for us again. Dembele! It is! Schalke 2 in front. Well, 2-1 in front. And Leverkusen have thrown away the advantage they had. We're back into the lead here. And it's come 5 minutes before half-time. Get in. And if 10 men Schalke can do it, then 11 men Schalke should be able to continue our unbeaten run after this game if we keep it here. It is 2-1 us now. We're back in front in the driving seat. There's a touch from Hiradeski. Not enough from the goalkeeper, though. And Dembele does make sure that the lead is with us heading into half-time. There's still a little bit of time left, though, of this half for Leverkusen to have their say. And still no change in formation for us. Not a defensive change or anything like that. No switch up in styles. It's very much Schalke trying to hold on to this. As Frank Brown again palms it again into a danger area. Why is Frank Brown continuously palming every shot that comes towards him back into the danger area? I'm making an executive decision right now. He is not starting against Borussia Dortmund. Absolutely no way. The 2 goals that Augsburg got were because he palmed it back into the centre of the box. And here he goes again. Maybe I'm being too critical of the number 1. But you'd expect better for somebody that served us so long. He should know better than to palm it back into the danger area. Anywhere but back in there. And our lead has gone just before we go into the break. I said we were going to go in at half-time at 2-1 up. That's not the case now because it's back to even again. I mean, there's every possibility as well that Frank Brown is getting too comfortable thinking that he's untouchable in this Schalke side. So maybe a bit of time out on the sidelines might do him some good. At the minute, though, it's 2-2 at the break and we still have the 10 men. So there's still advantage for a very long time in the second half. 45 minutes coming your way. And it's still them with the advantage here as we are going to make that change now. Start coming on for Marino at left back. I don't think he'll do too bad there. Maybe we could actually move Alexander Arnold out and play Stark at right back instead. That could be the way we do it. But yeah, a long second half coming your way in terms of how long it's going to be for us to hold out here. And Leverkusen 2, Schalke 2. We've proven we can get ourselves back in front with the 10 men. But to be brutally honest, I don't see us only conceding the 2 here, especially the way that Frank's playing at the moment, palming out a lot of shots that he should, in my opinion, be doing better with. But maybe like I said, I'm probably being too harsh, but he's just served us that long that you've come to just expect the very best from Frank Brown as Dembele tries to get through and able to do that corner ball. Short as well, in towards Ousmane Dembele. Dembele in towards the box! And there's a big save in there by Hiradeski. Great move from Ousmane Dembele. Oh, and I thought he put it in as well. I'm not even going to lie. Capradossi is the man I want on this one here as we look to put the corner kick in. It is swung in towards the middle. Up we go again with a big 6'6" man. Capradossi definitely the danger in there, isn't he? When you look at who is available inside this penalty area of Leverkusen. Capradossi again is the intended target. And up goes delivery again. There he is again. And that is why he's the intended target. Because when he's in there, he's just such a machine. He out-jumps every other player in that box. And he heads Schalke back in front. And it's a towering header as well from the big man. Signed for big money from AC Milan at the beginning of the season. Oh, in January was it actually? Potentially. I'm not sure. One of the two. But you can see why he has every credential to become a beast centre-back in the world of football. Look at that for a jump. What a header as well at the end of it. And we take the lead again. 3-2 Schalke. And maybe now it's time to change it and go a bit more defence-minded. But having said that, Richarlison trying to set Werner through. And again, there is a little bit of rough and tumble going on at that back line, which the referee allows. But certainly an arm came across Werner. Again, though, maybe I'm clutching at straws, having the disadvantage currently of being down to 10 men, which I can only really have myself to blame for. I shouldn't have gone in with the way I did from Grimaldo. So, yeah, maybe I'm just asking for a bit too much here. As here goes Stark, unable to win that ball. There's advantage played by the referee, and he's going to put it back for the foul, which Again, I return back to my statement. I don't think there was too much contact there from Stark, but the referee's giving it and he's going to give him a warning too. No card. Havertz coming off for Leverkusen. Surprised to see that change, as I'm not really sure why it's come through. Ball whipped in. Stark goes up. So does Werner. And we deal with the danger for now. That is a great knockover. Rana Lopez and Jan Vieira going at it. Up towards the middle, which is going to take something pretty spectacular to beat Capradossi in the air, to be fair. And here we go then. Chance to break away for Schalke, who spent a lot of the game just trying to survive in many ways and actually have had pretty good chances. As Werner using that pace as he gets inside the area. Dembele there to put it back to. Dembele to finish, and it's a simple goal in the end to tie this one up. Leverkusen caught on the counter when trying to get themselves back in the game. And Dembele's goal should now seal that, and it should be Schalke with the 3 points here. Scored 3 goals after going down to 10 men. And my goodness me, were they 3 very good ones. I'd actually forgotten as well that it was Dembele who put us in front 2-1 earlier on in the match. So that becomes his brace as well. Good work from the Frenchman tonight. He's certainly earned his keep as we win the ball back. And that should be pretty much it, referee, unless you want to give us opportunity for one more chance. Richarlison's ball chased down by Werner. Jure will clear away. And that should be it. There is the full-time whistle then. 10 men Schalke defeat Leverkusen, 4-2. I think Capradossi's goal from the corner certainly calmed us a little bit. That was a towering header. And we saw signs of it earlier on in the match, but it's difficult to defend, honestly. When you have a defender who is of that quality and that height, it is so difficult to defend against them. But there is the result then. Schalke unbeaten run continues, and we head off into Borussia Dortmund next. And here we go then. Dortmund at home at the Veltins Arena. And all the talk before kickoff will be about one player in particular. That man, Frank Brown, who is dropped to the bench for the game and the visit of Borussia Dortmund. Now, I can't actually change the time of day. I'm hoping it's not going to be like a stupidly bright day to the point where it rubs off on the pitch, because I don't like the Veltins Arena when it's like that. Nevertheless, as well, some changes. Hudson-Odoi in, Richarlison in, Godson in. Dembele, who was brilliant, is out only due to fitness reasons, but he is on the bench should we need him. Alongside that, Capradossi retains his spot as centre-back and now is partnered by Jimenez. And Cucurella comes in at left-back for the suspended Alejandro Grimaldo. So let's jump ourselves into this one against Dortmund and try and keep this unbeaten run going into the last 7 games of the season. This is the 8th to last game of the season, or 8 more games to come, should I say, including this one. So after this will be only 7. And we could go into it unbeaten. And heading into that, we will see if that is going to be the case, though, as we get ourselves into this one. And it will be us, then, who get this game off and running. Dortmund are going to be no mugs. They're going to know their job today. And they're going to be taking it to us here at the Veltins Arena. The question is, who will come out on top? Or will we see a draw, meaning our unbeaten run will continue, ladies and gentlemen? I think before kickoff, if you offer me the draw, I'll take it. It means we are still no defeats, and we will be quite comfortably at the top of the table, so we haven't got to worry about losing the lead or anything like that. It's not like we have to win the game, but I never go out playing for a draw, ever. We always have to come out and try and get the win. Gordson's delivery already inside towards Hudson-Odoi. Unable to win the header, but we are showing signs early doors of wanting to attack. Hudson-Odoi, somehow Timo Werner has come out with that ball as well. Here goes Hudson-Odoi again, looking to curl one and bend one into the top corner. Going to result in a corner ball to Schalke. And you guys know who's waiting. There he is. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Let's put that corner in towards that area and get Capradossi already on the move. The big man's in the box. And the keeper comes out to punch it. Dortmund are going to have to be alert to that today. McKennie. Now Werner just gets a little bit of space away from Dortmund's defence. But he's shrugged off with ease by Christensen. And you wonder who is going to mark Capradossi from these corners. It most likely will be Christensen. But the issue now is you run into... Oh, no. Jimenez, that ball was supposed to go back towards Capradossi, who was in. And Dortmund score. And it's a mistake made by Schalke as to the reason why we are 1 behind. Oh, Jimenez, just play the easy ball back to Capradossi. Why are you trying to play it back out to the left back? Dortmund punishes for a mistake made in our own area, and it's come from a stupid error. It's a good finish, but I dropped Frank Brown to allow him to look at this game, really, and get his head screwed back on. And Meret's come in, and there's not a lot he can do about that. It's just such a poor effort of us from trying to play it out. But I've got to look at this again. I mean, here for Jimenez, I know I'm aiming it right, like, really poorly, but just the easy ball back. It just is what it is, man. And we go 1-0 down for our stupid mistake, and now it's our job to fight back. Unbeaten run could be over, down to my mistake. Oh, are you joking? It's come a deflection, and they got in again. If this goes to 2-0, you can kiss goodbye to that unbeaten run. Jimenez, though, does very well this time. And now we need to find one just before the break. As Richarlison sets Werner away. He's got pace, but then Donker's kept with him the entire way here. Werner delivers one in, but it's a poor cross by all accounts, and that's going to take us into half-time. Dortmund lead at the break. It's come from a drastic mistake by Jimenez, and we have to find our second gear in this second half. Otherwise, unbeaten run, gone. And I'll be so angry if it's done because of one mistake from Jimenez at the back, who you could argue doesn't even really... Why is he in the team in the essence that it's not because Arana Lopez did bad. It's just I decided to swap it around, and we're made to pay for that. But we got Han coming on to try and change this one in 45 minutes. This is the biggest 45 minutes we're going to play in the Bundesliga this season. Let's put it that way. And they've gone short from the goal kick. They're just literally trying to see the clock out by doing everything they can to frustrate us. At the minute, it's working. I can't seem to find that second gear. I mean, look at this. They're not really that interesting going forward until they play 4 or 5 passes around their back line. And now Philippe Anderson will get it in a good area. Bit of defending for us to do, which we are unable to do it. Look, they could have gone forward. I mean, because I'm getting frustrated, I'm now given the opportunity for them to do that. And there is a... Sort it out right now very quickly. Oh, come on! Why is he taking the touch out of play? And anybody would think we're winning the game the way we're stepping off them at the moment. It's just so poor from us today. Not being at the races, but that doesn't excuse the way we conceded that goal because it largely, again, comes from our mistake. Han. Oh, what is the pass? Just give it back to Werner. He's making the run, and now Dortmund just hold up the play to waste time even more and play it off of Alexander Arnold. They're doing everything right now in terms of seeing this one out. And yes, it's annoying, but I have to credit them because they're running the clock down very well indeed, Borussia Dortmund, as they try and win a free kick. And Brandt turns away rather than going forward. He has acres of space to run into. What does he do? Turns away. Hudson-Odoi finds Cucurella. Get up the field of play right now. We need to go. This is it. Last chance saloon. Are you joking? This is outrageous. This is absolutely outrageous. Get it off. I can't believe this. I'm losing my head, guys. We need to go. We're out of time. We can't wait around. I'm going to throw it short and try and get us going on the front foot. Werner towards Hudson-Odoi. Now Han gets the ball under control. Hudson-Odoi's continued. Here he is. Callum Hudson-Odoi. Werner on one side. Dembele on the other. Hudson-Odoi towards Werner. Running a little bit out of energy here, Werner, and he just runs into danger. Semedo smashes it out. Don't blow whistle yet, ref. He's brought it to a close. I can't believe it. It's over. Our unbeaten run comes to an end, and it's to a mistake made. Oh, why did I do it? In fact, I'm not even going to take the blame because I actually genuinely meant to pass that back to Capradossi. Full credit, Borussia Dortmund. They did everything today in order to stop the clock from really... Well, I say stop the clock. I mean just stop us from really creating, but... Let's put it as it is. They didn't win that game. We handed it to them. Our performance was abysmal. And Julian Brandt's opener, it's proved to be the winner. And that is the goal that will end off our unbeaten season. I mean, look at those match facts. Sums up our game today. I'm so disappointed. But also just... I can't believe that the way we lost it. That's the big bit. The way we lost that is what hurts me the most. Because it's come from a mistake made on our part. We didn't need to do what we did. A simple ball back to Capradossi would have been enough, and we wouldn't have gave them the opportunity to shoot. And sadly, that is now it. You can probably tell how it's just... I wasn't necessarily upset, but definitely down I am after that, because that was probably the closest we're going to get to an unbeaten season in this series. And to be frank, I was looking at this thinking if we go unbeaten this year and then go on to, like, you know, have success in the Champions League or whatever... that this would probably be the final season because there's not a lot else I can do other than going unbeaten in a league campaign. And with now 7 games to go, we are handed our first defeat of the season to Borussia Dortmund. 27 league games in. I mean, the title should still be ours. There's no denying that. We should still win the league title from this position. But I'm so sorry, guys. I couldn't do it. We tried to get our unbeaten season in and we've thrown it away against third place Dortmund. And I say thrown away because that is exactly what we did. They didn't really do it. We gave it to them. And guys, that is where we're going to end today's episode then because of the fact that we have the games against Manchester United coming in the next episode. So what we will do is we're going to use that game against Hanover as a little bit of a warm-up. So we face them away. Then we go on to Man United. Bayern Munich in there as well in between the second against Manchester United. You will see all of those games in the next episode, including the double leg header against United in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. So all we can do now is get back to winning ways in the Bundesliga by starting it off with a victory against Hanover. Jump into the game in the Champions League, win that, get through to the semi-finals, win the league quite comfortably, and then try and win the Champions League. I think that's got to be the plan for the rest of this season. Like I said, I apologise to you guys. I lost my head a bit during that game. And I apologise as well that I wasn't quite good enough to go all the way and get a full unbeaten season. We haven't done it since Hartlepool back in FIFA 17 in League 1. That was the last time we had a full league season where we went undefeated in it. But sometimes, guys, it happens. You win some, you lose some. And like I said, it's just disappointing in the way that we did it. We gave them the win, basically. We made the mistake that led to the goal. I mean, don't get me wrong, Brandt still has a lot of work to do when he gets that ball. He's still got to find the back of the net, and that's what he did. You could argue as well, both goalkeepers today didn't really show up. You know, Frank Brown specifically having a bit of a horror show so far. Should we start Meret or Frank Brown in the next episode? Let me know with a comment down below. It's up to you guys. Obviously, I need your input as much as possible. But we go again. We will re-rally the troops and we will head into the next episode full of confidence, hopefully. Fingers crossed, win against Hanover and then move into the Champions League quarterfinals against Manchester United. If you did, however, though, enjoy today's episode, a like would be greatly appreciated. As always, thank you for your continued support on the channel. I really appreciate that as well. As much as I say it, I genuinely do. Obviously, I will be looking at through the comments as well and trying to give you guys as much replies as possible. Until next time, though, if you are new around here and like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell as well so you're notified whenever new videos go live. And I will catch you all again from tomorrow with another video. See you all then. Adios.